Hi, I'm Daisy,
Hi, I'm David.
and we're the MSA Crusaders. Welcome to another episode of MSA Crusaders. Today, we want to welcome our guest back, John MacDonald.
Hey, John, with a
Mm,
capital D.
Yeah, with capital D. Back here again.
We're
So,
glad to have you back. I'm sorry that last time we tried to chat, you were in the hospital.
Yeah, had a bad run, so I had a fall. And it's interesting with this disease. It just is unpredictable.
That it
And
is.
I went to bed on a Thursday night with one bung leg and got up on Friday and had two. And when I was doing my usual walk through with the walker to the kitchen, get a drink, everything went horribly wrong, and I ended up on the floor
oh no.
where I actually was for 2 whole hours. And when the ambulance people came and got me, my body temperature was a bit low, so they decided they'd take me into the hospital to get a checkup. And there I was admitted and stayed for 11 days.
That's a long time.
It's a long time to be shut in one little room on your own. But the biggest downside of it was they didn't give me any physio, and by the time 11 days had gone by, I can't walk.
Really?
Completely lost it. Haven't been able to take a single step.
Oh no.
So, did,
That's so
did,
hard.
you- did you end up falling because of just your legs and feet or because of like blood pressure?
Probably a bit of both, David.
Okay.
Mm.
I wonder, have you got any way of having aquatherapy there? Aquatic therapy?
No, not really. No.
Because that's the best thing for MSA and balance. If you can, it'll help you maybe get that strength back to be able to walk.
Yeah.
It's just
The
a thought.
It's something I'm working on now. Um, is trying to get the strength back in the legs. But then the hospital wouldn't release me unless I had 24/7 care.
Wow.
So they wanted to put me in a home, old people's home of hospital level care. And they did that, but I didn't like it at all. And after 1 week, I broke out of there.
You jailbroke, huh?
Yeah,
Good for
my
you.
my my daughter helped me. We organised all of my friends to take turns for the 5 days it took to get 24/7 care organised at home. So
So
now
you
I've
got
got,
24/7 care now?
yeah, never alone, which is an interesting thing to have to adjust to.
But it's probably a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, much better off here than where I can see the world outside moving and
Your own
you feel like you're part of
space.
it. And I can take my wheelchair down and get a cup of coffee.
Because I remember last time we spoke, you were saying that basically you were by yourself, and now you have a group of friends and family that are helping you 24/7. So I mean that must be working towards the right direction.
Yeah, and we set up a WhatsApp page for people close in. Yeah, I've got about 25 on there. And then we set up a Facebook page, well, my daughter did, called John Mack's Last Stages, and I've got 239 people, friends ex-work
great.
colleagues.
Yeah.
And they've shared all sorts of pictures and stuff. I'll send you a link if you want. Been a bit of a laugh.
Definitely.
Well, I'm happy for you. That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, it's,
Got a lot of support.
people say some wonderful things. So it's really good.
So tell us about what's been going on.
Yeah, the last time we saw you was in, last time we chatted online was, I think, February. Did this summer, the summer season, like take anything out of you in respect to MSA?
Yeah, I've started to progress worse and worse, like to the point now that my friends see me weekly, comment on changes, and drooling.
Us too. We all have our spit rag, so.
And the heat is an issue. See, we're about to go into our summer. So,
oh, that's right. That's right. Our winter's your summer. Your summer's our winter. Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
So yesterday it got to 26 here, which is pretty reasonably warm. And I've just got to watch myself because I can overheat very easy.
Do you get like I don't know, spiderweb with you looking purple from the heat? How do you describe it, David?
Yeah, cold hand sign, cold feet sign, where your limbs, your outer limbs, are usually the feet first, but the feet in your hands will turn dark purple or blackish.
Your legs.
Feet will go purple. No doubt about that.
From the heat, it's the vessel spasm.
I find it interesting in bed because my feet will be freezing.
Yeah.
And my upper body's cooking.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to adjust between the.
Yeah.
What I found that helps is I wear booties in the bed. They're booties and they Velcro on. They help with the neuropathy and for the freezing.
Yeah, I've tried it. I can't stand them.
I can't have anything on my feet at nighttime.
I usually don't like it either, but I don't know what it is. Those are different. I feel like clouds.
Yeah. Well, see, it's interesting because people usually people in general use 1 foot of their body to regulate their body temperature at nighttime. I don't know if you know that or not, but in the people with MSA, our body temperature could be off by more than high or low by more than 1 degree, which makes it harder for doctors to diagnose us when we're too hot or too cold, because we might have a fever, but yet we're still on the threshold of normal temperature. So, that's one thing we definitely have to look out for when it comes to temperature changes.
Well, I'm trying to tell people in the hospital that my body temperature could well be 1 degree below normal. And it wasn't an issue. No one understood or, it's incredible.
Don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
So are you now more mobile since you have a power chair now, right?
Yeah.
Are you actually getting more mobile, or are you just staying inside the house?
No, I went down and got my hair cut the other day, and I went and saw my daughter at the cafe she works. Took me half an hour in the chair. It's a great sense of freedom.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I asked him if he wanted to race.
I must admit, using a joystick is something I'm not used to.
Yeah.
It's very sensitive, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's very sensitive.
I feel like a bull in a China stores. When I back up, my hubs have pretend like your arms are stretched out behind you. I need a backup camera.
hang
Sarah's
on a
actually
minute.
got one.
Goofy. There's just
Well,
someone arrived.
that's
Sorry,
okay.
guys. We'll keep
That's fine.
going. Sorry, you're saying about a boy in the China shop.
So you're in New Zealand, if I remember,
Yeah.
and which for everyone listening is off the coast of Australia, but are your sidewalks and streets in your your country, your town, your cities, are they do they make it easy for you to get around with a pirate share? Because like in the U.S., it's pretty easy for us because those things are pretty well maintained. But like I'm going to Mexico next month for some treatment, and Mexico is definitely not like I don't know how people would get around in any wheelchair or powered chair in Mexico because the sidewalks and streets are completely. Even Europe is like they're very unkept up. They're not level. So is your city like really conducive to letting you travel, or are you like going up and down mountains and stuff?
Well, there was a major earthquake here 11 years ago, and the sidewalks are all over the place.
Really?
There's
Wow.
plenty of them and plenty of room, but the chair is quite susceptible to camber changes.
Okay.
Does your chair climb?
Sorry?
Does your chair climb?
You mean does it lift or
Does
climb
it
stairs?
uneven terrain?
It'll go. It's pretty powerful. It's
Mine
just
climb up
that
to 2 3/8 inches.
I don't know exactly what it is, but it gets you going in and out of gutters and
Yeah, it does.
things. Yeah,
It's like a little tank.
that's the one. Yeah. But do you find controlling yours interesting?
Yes, I do.
I'm,
It's
I'm
hard
like
to
an
go
old,
backwards.
I reckon I'm like an old drunk. Going backwards isn't bad.
I gotta remember that it's reverse. If I do it left, going backwards, it's gonna turn right in the other area. I'm not used to that yet, so I back up, but going right. I think I'm going right. I'm like, bam, into the wall.
Yeah, they turn on the spot, but there's more of them than you think. I
Yeah, it's
don't.
very touchy.
Yeah, mine's the same. I've only
I went
run.
up the street a little bit.
I've only run one person over.
Mom
I
went
didn't
to the
actually.
nursing home, and she said one guy ran over somebody's foot and broke it. Not only did they run over it once going forward, then they went backwards and ran over it again.
I bet. Oh man, I bet.
Like, oh, that had to hurt.
Those chairs are heavy. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Mine weighs
they're heavy.
367 pounds.
Yeah.
John, did you have to get a special vehicle for your chair, or were you able to use your existing vehicle?
No, I haven't got a vehicle. I use specialist wheelchair taxis.
I got you.
No, gave having a vehicle away. We've looked at it.
I bet those are pretty expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for how long? Is it
Right.
worth that?
So you were in the hospital for 11 days, and what did they finally decide was wrong? I mean, did they understand MSA, or did they just treat?
Yeah, I was in the neurology ward, so they had some idea. The best thing I did in there was they used me as a dummy for the med students. So the med students actually got to see someone with MSA. But all they did was lifted my blood pressure medication I'd gone off both of them, and they put me back on one because we were taking two to up my blood pressure and one to down my blood pressure. It all just seemed stupid, and I was carrying a lot of fluid. So
Did
we
you get it regulated?
No, we ditched all, and now I'm back on one, and it's regulated now.
Good.
Good deal.
So what else has what other symptoms have started since February, or has it just been a general progressing of your existing symptoms?
Breathing is
Breathing?
my latest one. I'm short of breath, and
Have they got you on oxygen?
no,
Not yet.
not yet. Breathing and swallowing's getting worse. Some aspiration.
Yep.
I've had 1 dose of fluid on the lungs.
Isn't that horrible that when you aspirate something, like it's the worst feeling in the world?
It is a shocking feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I have constantly I have to take, and it burns. Oh my god! I get to throw the wrong way a lot of the times, and it burns so bad.
Yeah.
I have to go.
And for people who don't know, like choking, when you choke on something and going down to your stomach, you even after you passed it, you can still feel it move in your throat. But when you aspirate it, you don't have those type of neurons, those sensations, those cells that sense feeling in your lungs. So after you actually aspirate something, it's like poof, it goes away, and that's how you know you aspirated it went into your lung because you didn't feel it at all move.
Yeah, it's right.
It burns my lungs.
Cough and splutter, but didn't feel it going into the lung.
Yep.
And when I lie down, that's when I'll cough and because the fluid levels out in your body.
Yeah.
My speech therapist told me if it aspirate on water, it's not to say it's okay, but your body will absorb it.
Yeah, it'll diffuse the membrane of your lungs. You're right.
Not to say that it's okay to aspirate, though.
No. Well, I mean, pneumonia is fluid in your lungs, so you don't want any fluids in your lungs. But yes, I mean, saline and water will actually pass through the membrane of your lungs eventually.
Are you guys having trouble swallowing pills?
Yes, I do it with applesauce.
Yeah. Capsules are fine, but some of the pills stick to the back of my throat.
Yeah. The best thing that helped me, John, so I mean, dead serious, like after my lower part of my body, like took a vacation on progressing symptoms, my upper body, my lungs and my throat and everything started having issues with this. Just I got gaps in my esophagus where my swallowing are. I got half my vocal cord doesn't work. I got paralysis in the throat. Just some on top of the lung issues with the amount of oxygen that we're inhaling and breathing out. But I will tell you that when they were testing me for aspiration, they were doing modified barium test, swallow test, and in the actual barium test itself, on the third time they actually did a throat dilation, which the reason why it's getting stuck is because when they scope you, they'll see the bottom folds of your throat before it hits your stomach, your throat to go into your stomach. Those muscles are starting to fold and they're starting to collapse, and that's why the food and pills get stuck like right down here. And it takes a minute to pass them. So the best thing I've had done so far at MSA was them to actually do a dilation. They stretched open the throat, and it has greatly increased my swallowing ability through pills. I mean, food. I don't aspirate as much food and stuff as I did before. So maybe something to look into, throat dilation. Yeah.
Is that why you feel like somebody's actually got their hand around your neck and they're squeezing it?
No, that's just your husband being mad at you.
No, really, when you can't swallow or you talk, it feels like somebody puts their hand on your neck and squeezes it.
Now, are you talking about aspirating or not swallowing? Because those
Not
are different.
swallowing.
Yeah, when mine gets stuck, it feels like there's some a piece of food is stuck there, and I can't breathe and I can't talk until it gets its way down into the stomach.
Yeah.
Or just in general, like you can't talk or you can't
Mm-hmm.
swallow a drink. It feels like somebody's squeezing your throat. And not my husband. He's not in the room.
Other developments been my voice is going.
Yeah.
It's going quickly.
Do you lose your voice with activity?
If I get tired, the voice goes.
Yeah, mine does too. I mean, I went with my mom to go buy some towel for our backsplash in our kitchen, and just going to the store and talking to the gentleman, the salesperson, I lost my voice for the rest of the day. Just that little activity. So I completely understand about the voice problem.
I've got a computer here that's online at the moment, but they've applied for funding for it, which is controlled by my eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's being able to speak, trying to stay ahead of the game here.
Yeah, that's like something that like Stephen Hawking had, or you see people with ALS will have those types of devices. They cost anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000-$60,000.
They reckon they're going to get the funding for it.
Yeah.
Did you bank your voice?
Yeah, I banked my voice. I haven't figured out how that works in with the computer I've got, but I've got it banked.
Did you go through Google or who did you go through?
I went through the speech therapist here.
So a company, yeah.
It's in the UK, I think.
So you can bank your voice with Apple. Lets you do it on an iPhone, and then Daisy said she's done it with her Android phone, I believe.
I did it with an outfit who that's their specialty.
Yeah.
British software company.
Yep. Pretty expensive for that one. Now, I'll tell you one thing that might be cheating. The software we use that we are recording on right now, if we upload, when we upload our audio video files to transcribe to edit them online for publication on Friday, the AI actually says our voices exactly how we sound. So I uploaded one of our last videos with the last person we talked with on our podcast, and I clicked the magic AI button. And John, let me tell you, it put in my uhs, and my pauses, and my high notes.
Are you serious?
I cannot tell myself the difference in the AI versus myself just listening to it. I mean, it literally takes it listens to your videos, it listens to your slurs, to your hesitations, your pauses. I can't believe that this software on Riverside is so. I mean, I'm going to play it on a YouTube video. It's so incredibly accurate, you would never believe it.
Wow.
and all you have to do is copy and paste whatever you want to say into the chat box. And it sounds just like Daisy's. It sounds just like anybody else that we talk to. So, yeah, definitely take advantage of any software for voice banking because, unfortunately, I've lost half of my vocal cord. My left vocal cord is completely paralyzed. So,
It's not too late. You still have something.
Yeah, you still have something to use that you can actually, use software for and still use for the future for sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Daisy, I was tripping. I put in there. I put I copied a random web page on like MSA News, and it was reading it in my voice with my hesitations, my pauses, my slurring. I was blown away how the Apple phone banking was pretty close. This spot on. I could not tell it wasn't me. I mean,
You played me too.
Yeah, it has you. So if you upload, anyone who uploads their own videos for voices, it'll play the voices. Yeah.
Oh wow, I want to hear it.
It's good.
So pretty soon, John, we won't have to show up to our own podcast. We'll just go ahead and type it in there, you know?
Type it in there.
I'm not
Typing.
very hacker, you mean?
You guys text on your phones?
It's too hard. I double click a lot of times.
Yeah, mine's the same.
I swipe.
Typing is
I never learned how.
the same.
Yes, swiping is a lot easier than individual typing with thumbs or fingers. Swiping is much easier. So anyone who wants to get, to still text, use, I don't know how much you do on Apple, but download the Google keyboard. It's called Gboard, Google Board, but Google Keyboard is so great at predicting your next words because it reads you, it looks at your emails, your texts, anything you've done before, and it's predicting what you're going to type next. And it's very accurate when you're swiping. You just swipe your finger one time and you get the whole word. And after a while, you just tap on words, and it will actually complete your sentences because it knows you're going to say, "Hey, what's for dinner?" At 6 o'clock. So it's very very predictive, but very good.
I'll do that.
The other thing that's hard is scrolling. I find myself double tapping. Because it's like, quit double tapping. I'm like, I can't help it.
I can relate to that.
It's aggravating, isn't it?
It takes me hours to type it.
So aggravating. I got some new headphones for my phone for $6. Shipping and everything. And oh my gosh, these things are awesome.
I don't know if I should say congratulations or I'm sorry.
Honda.
Hyundai?
Yes.
Right, the car?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
$6. That includes shipping.
$6 cheapest.
I hope they work out for you.
They're awesome, y'all.
So how did your 50th? Have your 50th broadcast?
Yeah, 50th broadcast. We're. I was John. I want to say thank you for trying to do our 50th podcast while in the hospital. I don't know anybody who would have done that.
No, that was great.
We saw you. I was like, "Is he in the hospital?" Daisy's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh no, poor John." Well, who is that one? Who's the person that fell and lost their front 4 teeth? Daisy, was that
Gary?
Yeah, Gary Troutman, right? So poor Gary's trying to get on a podcast too, and he's missing his 4 front teeth because he fell. He fell, and I mean, thank you for trying, John. I really appreciate it. I really do.
I think you guys do a great job, promoting the cause.
I can't believe it's already been a year.
I can't believe I put up with you for a year, Daisy.
Yeah, that's true. I can't believe it was a year ago that I went, David, we should do a podcast.
Daisy has learned that I'm not always going to reply to text messages or phone calls.
When you go with 4 days without replying, that's when I text Susie.
I go AWOL, so she'll start typing my wife. Is Dave okay? Like, yeah, he's in his own little zone. He's doing himself.
It worries me. I worry about my friends when they don't show up. It's fine.
Yeah, I can understand.
That voice thing, though, John. Have you ever had any? So you said you did say speech therapy. Have you had any? The ENT, have they ever scoped your entire passageway?
Yeah, they haven't scoped it, but they've done swallowing X-rays.
Right. Yeah. So the scoping is how they're going to find out, like, if you have any vocal cord dysfunction, paralysis of the vocal cords, or things like I have, epiglottis and stuff. So that might be something you want to look into with the ENT.
Is that the one that goes in through the nose?
Yeah, sinus all the way down. Yep.
Yeah, I had that.
Fairly sure that there's some paralysis happening in the vocal cords because of breathing and making noises at night.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, though. So the only way that they saw were able to do a throat dilation with me, which helped with my breathing, swallowing, everything. Right? Was they did a couple barium swallow tests, the ink and the radiation, but they actually
EMG?
they ended up doing I don't know the word for it, but they did a throat endoscopy or something where they put the camera in there and they look.
That's EMG, I think.
No, it's not EMG. No, they take a camera and go all the way down to your stomach. It's kind of getting like a colonoscopy, but this one is
endoscope.
Yeah, endoscopy. So they did an endoscopy, and they're able to actually see the misfolding muscles on the throat, and they're actually to widen them. And John, I was losing my voice, and like exactly how you sound and what you're doing right now. I was in your shape probably about 6 months ago, but after they dilated it, I got so much more of my breath and my voice back after that. It's swallowing too.
I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
I'll ask for it.
Yeah.
Next time I see.
Yeah, it's just seriously, because that's what I tell Daisy. Like, if doctors don't do the right test, they don't know what to fix.
No.
Yeah.
And I've got.
That's what I always say. You're your best advocate.
Yeah.
You get tired of being your own advocate.
Yes.
It's exhausting. You're not getting paid at the same for it.
You just having been in the hospital and through the home and back. God, it's hard work. And you say, do you know anything about MSA? I say, I know about MS.
Yeah.
It's not MS. I don't know how many times I said that. And the other one is they look at my file and they think I've got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's still taking levodopa. They just jump to conclusions and drive you nuts.
You still take levodopa?
Yeah. It's interesting, the med students that looked at me, they all jumped to Parkinson's.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. I mean, the only way they know it's MSA is how the onset and how quickly it starts, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the only way they can tell. So.
And the tutor who was with them had me schooled up. I wasn't just a volunteer. They had to keep asking questions. It was quite fun.
Yeah, I know the first time I went to Mayo Clinic and they said, wow, a young kid at 41 with MSA, all the doctors, like, can we, like, I had like 4 or 5 other doctors that aren't part of my team came in like, hey, can we take a look at you? Like, they never seen somebody like that young with MSA. I'm like, sure, come doing all these weird tests to you on you. So yeah, it's interesting.
Crazy.
I was on a call Monday, and this lady I found on there lived 2 hours from me. So
That's
we're gonna
good.
maybe meet up. And she actually sees Dr. Dawes' wife.
Oh, his wife's a doctor too.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I met another guy with MSA here in Christchurch, but he's very different to me. I'm trying to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah.
He's burying his head in the sand.
Oh, yeah. He's in denial or just trying to ignore it?
In denial.
Yeah.
Did he just find out?
He's known for a while. He just doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to do any forward planning. I don't think he's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I got diagnosed with MSA, I knew it was something bad anyway. I told my friend before that, I said, I'm dying. You just don't know, But before I even went to the doctors about it, I said something significantly wrong with my body. It's shutting down. And so, I mean, when they said MSA, like, I already knew it was something terrible to begin with. So it didn't bother me when they told me what it was.
I thought I had a stroke or something. I told my mama, something's really wrong. I feel like I've had a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2 pay for all my care now, which is tough, but I managed to get a doctor's certificate saying I'm likely to pass in the next 12 months, so I cashed in my life insurance.
Yeah, well, that's a plan.
That's what I did. And it worked. It's good.
So
And we
you
got the money.
You have to pay for your care, though?
Yeah. Government won't pay for overnight care, and they'd rather put you in a home than pay you money.
Yeah.
Seems like it'd be the opposite. They would try to keep you out of home. That's what they do here. They try to keep you out.
That's what they talk here, but they don't do it in practice, as I found out.
That's
not cool.
Yeah.
It's expensive. But retirement homes are expensive too.
Yeah, here in the U.S., they're pretty normal. Like every block you'll find one, you know.
And I've done 2 stints now in retirement homes, and when you're the youngest person by 20 years,
yeah,
it's not a fun place to be.
Can you imagine me being in a nursing home? Like, at 44 years old in a home, like, no?
Yeah, I'll be hitting on you, David. I'll be my...
Like, Dave, can you bring me a glass of water? Like, no, I can't walk.
So...
It is really good to see you, John, in your home.
You're both.
Do you have any plans for in the near future for doing anything either recreational or medical?
Nothing particular. I've got an invite to a opening in a housing subdivision that I was instrumental in getting off the ground in Arrowtown on the 28th of November, and I'm trying to figure out a way to be there. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah.
And there's a good part about that is they're naming a street after me. So it'd be nice to be there.
That's awesome.
Street's called John Mack's Way.
John Mack's Way.
Yeah.
John Mack's Way.
Hey.
Well,
That's
yeah.
sweet.
I would have called it Sean Connery Drive, but you know. I tell you, all our listeners, Sean MacDonald looks exactly like Sean Connery in the best of ways. The best of ways.
Yeah.
I was like, it's my idol when I was a kid. Oh
I get that a lot.
Identical.
Bet.
You are twinsies.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Not particularly at this stage. It'd be good to keep in touch, though.
Yes,
I like listening to you.
Please do.
It feels a long way away down here.
You know,
That's nice to know.
I did make the connection with the MSA group, which is in America. With Phil, is it?
Have you joined our Facebook group?
Yep.
I just want to say, John, about more or less 44% of our total audience is from New Zealand and Australia, and New Zealand outnumbers Australia 3 to 1. So, because of you, there's quite a few listeners that are listening in New Zealand and Australia.
It'd be good to hear from some of them.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you take credit for the ones in Poland and South Africa or Kuwait, but you definitely get credit for Australia and New Zealand. Okay.
Okay. Oh, well, good one, guys. I've got to go anyway. So
Yeah, go rest that voice.
Have me to talk to you again.
We hope so. Yeah,
Keep in
absolutely.
touch, John. Thanks for coming on the
Cheers.
show.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Oh,
Cheers.
one thing I want to add. Just I want you to remember that we're all MSA Crusaders.
Yeah, well, it was a whole
Yes, we
lot.
are.
Good one. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, John.
Thanks, John.
We'll
You too.
see you soon.